Hey everybody, welcome to this, I guess it's a Pod Go video, but it's a more so the Line 6 Pod Go with a Headrush FR 108. And I'm here in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada, DC Music for a rehearsal. So let's hear how this sounds. Try and get a couple of clips for setting up and then with the full band. And so this will be my second test, okay? We'll see you. Okay, so my thoughts. This is after rehearsal. I'm home. Gonna have a beer. Maybe two. Maybe three. Anyways, so my thoughts on this Headrush 108 FR for rehearsing. Now, it's plenty loud coming out my ear. I think I started with the volume same as I had at home earlier at 5, and I put it up to about 6.5. And then I had the Pod Go itself, I had the volume on the unit all the way up. And I was pretty happy. I mean, I could hear myself. Don't know the size of the rehearsal room. Geez, that's, God, I don't want to say maybe like a 20 by 20, maybe more. Not a huge room, but enough space for definitely you can have 4, maybe 5 people in there comfortably. So that kind of space. I could hear everything just fine. Do I feel it was loud enough? Probably. If I turned it louder, I probably would have drowned people out. But I walked to where the drummer was sitting at some points of the night, and it's like, okay, so it's now obviously it's not as loud as I think I'm hearing it. Now, number one, I had it on its side, pointing as a wedge monitor up to my head, so of course I'm going to be thinking it's much louder than it actually is. So I didn't push it to its full capacity, but I definitely think it's good for rehearsing. Now for a live gig, I'm going to try it next weekend at a live gig. Do I think it's going to do the job? I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I might even bring a backup amp. Now, what you can do, what I'm thinking it probably will be great for is to, for stage volume, if you have a good, decent stage volume, if everyone agrees, like, hey, let's not blast each other, you might have to crank this thing. And I'm talking like an average size bar. You might have to turn it up, but I think it will do. And then put it through the PA. It has an XLR out there, so you can do that. So that's probably would be the best use. But again, we won't find out till next weekend. Do I think that this would replace, like, say, a 20-watt tube amp for volume and power? I don't know. I don't think so. I wasn't convinced. Even though it says 2,000 watts on here, we'll see. I mean, again, I'm not the expert on this, but what I do know is I think my tone sounded good. My preset, it was loud enough for rehearsal, and I didn't have this. Basically I had the Headrush on half volume, Pod Go maxed out, and for the preset itself, what controls. I didn't touch any of the the master or the global output or whatever, at the end of the chain of the preset. I just had the amp itself at master at 10 and probably the channel volume around 7, because if I had it louder, it was starting to get a little farty and boomy. So there is that too, that you don't forget, right? You can up the output. You could, even the cabinet block, you can up that if you feel it's not loud enough. So I haven't even tested those yet. So I might do that for next weekend's gigs if I feel I'm not getting loud enough, because you don't want this thing to clip, so you got to check, when you're setting up, check the back to see if the lights, the signal light there is clipping. Anyhow, I'm very happy with it so far. Now, sometimes I do theater gigs with a Bob Seger tribute band, Forever Seger. Check them out. Do I think this would do for that? I don't know, because we don't use in-ears when we're doing that. If I had in-ears and stuff, might check this out, but seeing as we don't and usually rely on a lot of floor monitors and stuff, I probably would bring my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe for that gig. Anyways, it's still, we're working on it, but so far so good. I'm really happy with this. Definitely you can use this at a rehearsal. Definitely you can use this Headrush for your home use easily. And so the next test will be average gigs. Now I am doing 2 gigs at a good sized bar and a Legion, a Veterans Club. So I think the Veterans Club will probably be a little smaller. So I'm thinking this is definitely gonna work. I will film. We'll find out. So for those who are joining me on this little journey, thanks for watching. And this is pretty interesting so far to see what you can do with these Headrushes. And it's amazing, the technology, how advanced it's become. Okay, so that's it for now. Stay tuned for more with the Pod Go and the Headrush 108. Okay, cheers.